Hey, welcome to our first lecture on Kaizen. So let us first understand what do we mean by Kaizen. Kaizen is a compound of two Japanese words that together translate as a good change or a change for good or a change for better. But Kaizen has come to mean continuous improvement through its association with the lean methodology. Now it is believed that Kaizen has its origin in the post-World War II Japanese quality circles, and these circles or group of workers focused on preventing defects at Toyota and were developed partly in response to American management and productivity consultants who visited the country, especially W. Edwards Deming, who argued that quality control should be put more directly in the hands of the line workers. So, in other words, Kaizen means small incremental changes that bring about a very big change. Kaizen is more about focusing on small, quick changes for a long-term success. And it focuses mostly on the elimination of the 8 wastes. We will definitely learn about these 8 wastes in the coming lectures. But as of now, let us understand that every process has some or the other kind of a waste. And the objective of Kaizen is to eliminate the waste and make the process more robust and more productive. Now, Kaizen was brought to the West and popularized by Masaaki Imai via his book Kaizen, The Key to Japan's Competitive Success in the year 1986. And according to Masaaki Imai, Kaizen is a means of continuous improvement in personal life, home life, social life, and working life. For a workplace, managers and workers working together can make a lot of small improvements with a very low capital and investments. And these small changes or these small improvements gradually lead to very big profits. Originally used by Toyota Motors to foster continued improvement within its Toyota production system, Kaizen is now used all around the world by many companies and has been adapted to suit their particular needs and customers. However, we need to understand that Kaizen is not improvements in complex cross-functional or systematic problems where projects or Six Sigma is required. It is more of about bringing out small changes. It's like a quick fix solution that you apply to a problem. Whereas in terms of a proper project or in Six Sigma, you basically go down to the root cause of the problem, identify multiple solutions, then you evaluate which solution suits the need, and then you start experimenting with the solutions to identify which is the best solution. However, in terms of Kaizen, it is a quick fix. You see a problem, you identify a solution, and you go ahead and implement the change. It is not something like a long-term project which takes approximately 6 months to a year to complete, and the results then start showing gradually. In a Kaizen process, usually the changes are implemented rapidly and you start seeing the results immediately. It is not a long-term project where gains are expected after several months. It is something that you do very quickly. You identify a solution, you implement it, and you start getting the results. So now let us understand, why do we implement Kaizen in first place? Or what are the goals of Kaizen? First of all, it helps in elimination of the 8 wastes. As we progress through our next few lectures, we will understand the 8 different wastes that are always present within a process. And there is always a scope of improvement over there. An organization that drives the culture of continuous improvement, you will identify that people are always looking out for opportunities to eliminate wastes within the process and make the processes more robust and more productive. It is teamwork based. Train all the employees. Now, Kaizen is something that is driven as a culture within an organization. For the organizations where I was working in, every person was given a target of implementing at least 3 to 5 Kaizens throughout the year. Now imagine an organization with approximately 1000 employees and every employee bringing about a small change within the organization. Let's say he implements 3 to 5 small improvement projects within the organization. with a strength of 1000 employees, you will see approximately 3000 to 5000 improvements within the organization, which is equivalent to accomplishing a very big project. Communicate ideas up and down company hierarchy, and everyone is encouraged to seek out and exploit new opportunities. Now, as we discussed, it is a kind of a culture that is driven within the DNA of the organization. And when you drive this kind of a continuous improvement culture within the organization, you will identify that people are always looking out for opportunities to make things better at the workplace, to make things faster, to make things efficient. And the goal of Kaizen is to ensure that you communicate these ideas up and down across the company hierarchy so that everybody feels being a part of this improvement and everybody wants to contribute to their best. Define clear leadership initiatives. Now, as we discussed, Kaizen is something that is driven from the top. When the leadership is involved in driving the culture of continuous improvement and business excellence, everybody in the organization feels motivated to give their share for the improvement of the organization. Prioritizing problems. As we move ahead and we progress across the lectures, we will understand this process. In an organization, you will always find there are multiple opportunities or multiple areas where an improvement can be done. And Kaizen clearly gives us a direction in terms of what are the long-term goals and short-term goals. And short-term goals are something that Kaizen would focus more on. Whereas in terms of long-term goals or projects or problems which require significant amount of manpower and research, they will be taken off as a project, maybe like a PDC or a Six Sigma project. But Kaizen will focus more of in terms of short-term projects, something that could be done real quick and the changes and the results could be achieved immediately. Create a culture where perfection is perpetually chased. So as I discussed earlier, instead of doing 10 big projects within an organization, if everybody within the organization is involved in doing a small improvement and it is probably a part of their KPI or is given to every employee as a target, then you will see that these small changes will bring about a change, improvement, and profitability, which is equivalent to doing 10 or 15 very large projects. So, now how does one identify the opportunities of doing a Kaizen project or picking up a Kaizen opportunity at his workplace? One can take up a project that can increase productivity or output, reducing inventory, especially in a production environment, anything that can reduce the inventory or something that could be done to achieve the same product with the same quality with minimum material or minimum input or labor is definitely welcome as a Kaizen opportunity. Reduce cycle times. Cycle time basically means the time that is taken to complete a particular process. If there is any way you can go ahead and eliminate the non-value added activities within a particular process and thereby increase the efficiency of the process, then that is again a Kaizen opportunity. Reduce space, work cells, and office area can be one more opportunity for implementing Kaizen. Improve on-time delivery. This is especially when you're dealing with clients or customers. If you delay the deliveries and you do not fulfill the promises that you make to your customers, it leaves a very bad taste in the mouth of your customers. So improving on-time delivery will definitely increase the profitability and the reputation of the company within the market. Improve quality of products and process. Improve housekeeping, 5S, and visual management. So anything that keeps the environment clean, hygienic, and safe for the workforce to perform their daily tasks is a Kaizen opportunity. Reducing downtime. So if there are downtimes that are happening within a production unit or even in a service industry, any small improvement that you can go ahead and implement to reduce the downtime of the processes can be a Kaizen opportunity. Reduce transport time and distance. If the employees are reaching at workplace late due to some reason or due to some transport issues, now that is a Kaizen opportunity because when the employees are reporting late to work, it is a loss of productive time and thereby reduces operational efficiencies. So any kind of a small improvement that could be done to improve transport time and distance can be a Kaizen opportunity for a short-term improvement but a long-term gain. Standardizing the processes and keeping the variation less, or probably reducing the operating costs of completing a particular process or creating a product, is also a Kaizen opportunity. So Kaizen as a business strategy would mean it is an improvement which is small, rapid, but utilizes minimum resources. And when we are talking about resources, it means manpower as well as money. So what exactly is a Kaizen implementation strategy? Kaizen is not implemented when you are taking up a very complex problem or something that requires a cross-functional team to find the solution and implement it. Kaizen implementation strategy is very simple. You discover a problem at your workplace, you brainstorm the solutions, identify whichever is the best solution, and then go ahead and do a rapid implementation. Once the implementation is done, you start monitoring success. If there is success, well and good. Otherwise, you take up another Kaizen to go ahead and find a solution to that particular problem. In other words, I'm using this acronym GROW. This was something that was very popular within my organization. Now, GROW stands for Grassroots Opportunities at Work, which means that even a smallest improvement that you can do at your workplace and that impacts the life, productivity, and efficiency of the organization is a welcome change. And if this culture of continuous improvement is top driven within an organization, right from the CEO to the workers, you will see that every single individual within an organization will be looking out for opportunities for improvement, and these small gradual improvements will bring about a large change within the organization. So that is a brief introduction about Kaizen. I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and I will see you in the next one.